If you're in your final year of high school, then this video is for you. Hey guys, what is up? It's Tamara 10 here, back with another video. So it's back to school time, which means for some of you it's the beginning of the end, the last stretch, and a bunch of other cliches I'm sure you've been hearing for the past 2 months. I matriculated / finished high school in 2015, so I thought it would be a good idea for me to give some advice for those of you who are going into matric or senior year this year. So in South Africa we call it matric, but I know in America they call it like senior year, and then I don't know what they call it everywhere else in the world. I hope you guys will enjoy some of the advice that I give in this video, and I hope you can relate to it, because I feel like sometimes it's better to get advice from somebody who finished recently rather than somebody who finished like 10 or 20 years ago, because times have changed, and let's be real, our parents and teachers can't give us the same advice that someone who just finished can give you. So here are my tips on how to survive your final year of high school. First, we're gonna start with studying, because I feel like that is just like the most important thing. I mean, school is about studying, so let's just get that out of the way. So my number one most important tip with studying is start studying yesterday. Like really, you should have been studying already. Okay though, I don't want to put pressure on you or make you stress or freak out, but like seriously, your last year of high school is seriously intense and there's so much work. It's literally like all the work that you've learned in the past 4/5 years put into one exam that's going to determine the rest of your life. So yeah, you have to kind of just like really be on top of things and make sure that you are studying like constantly and make sure that you do know your stuff. My tip for making studying like easier is after each lesson or like each section in a subject, write summaries on that lesson or section. I did that with a few of my subjects, like for example history and drama. It was very useful for subjects like that, and it just made studying a breeze because I had all my notes all together in summaries already by the time it came to studying for exams. So whereas some people were still focusing on sorting out their notes, all my notes were already sorted out. So that just saved a lot of time when it came to studying for exams. Trust me, it's such a helpful tip, and I got A's for both of those subjects where I did that. So it will really help you guys out in the end. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help and don't be competitive. I know in high school, for some reason, like everyone's so competitive. I don't know if it was like every school or just like my school, but like everyone was so competitive. Nobody wanted to look as if they were asking for help and that sort of stuff, because everyone just wanted to be smarter than the other person. And I'm just like, really? Like that's so, why? We're all in the same position. We're all trying to pass so that we can move on to the next phase of our life, so that we can either like go to university or do whatever we have planned for after high school. So you might as well just like help each other out, or like go to the teacher and ask the teacher for help. There's nothing wrong with asking a question, because at the end of the day you will get that answer right in the exam, as opposed to the person who decided not to ask a question. Second, we're going to talk about university applications. It is so common for people after high school to go to either like college or university. I went to university because that's what I kind of chose, or at least that's what kind of like the norm here, so I just did it. But yeah, if you are planning on going to university, make sure you hand in your applications really early. You don't want to be stressed and thinking about your university applications when it's time to write exams. So check those application deadlines. Those deadlines are usually actually around the time when exams are starting, so you've actually got a lot of time, but like do them really early. I think I submitted my applications by June. I think I had like all my applications in by like around May or June, so it was like before we even started June exams, and I didn't even have to worry about anything for like the rest of the year, because I knew my applications were in, everything was done, and I was just like chilled. And if you're taking a gap year, make sure you actually have a plan for your gap year, because I've seen a lot of the time people are like, oh, I'm gonna take a gap year, and then they end up doing nothing with their life for like an entire year. And I just feel like that's a year wasted where you could have done something productive. And often people get stressed out in those situations because like their parents are yelling at them saying, get off the couch, you need to do something with your life. And it's like because they didn't actually plan anything. So if you know you want to take a gap year, make sure you have something planned, whether you're gonna get a job or go on one of those like extravagant tour the world things. I don't know. I remember getting like a whole bunch of brochures for that sort of stuff, and I was just like, wait, what? But yeah, if you're gonna do a gap year, just plan it out. And also think about what you're gonna do after your gap year, because a lot of people I've seen take a gap year and then it comes to the year after their gap year when they thought they would go to university, but then they forgot to give in a university application, and then they just end up doing nothing. And you're just like, what are you doing with your life, you know? It's like you've got to actually have a plan for like what you're gonna do for the next few years. Third thing we're gonna talk about is friendships. Now, my biggest advice for your friendships in Matric is just keep your friendships strong, because when you get to university, sometimes it can be really hard because you're making new friends. Sometimes you go to a university where you don't know anybody, and sometimes you just need that familiarity of like being able to text someone like, hey, what up, how you doing, like someone you know. So it can be really nice to just keep some of your high school friends in that transition phase from like, you know, high school to university, you know, before you make some like new friends. Well, not like you're gonna like dump your old friends or anything like that, but also just in terms of like during Matric, why keeping your friendship strong is so important is because the workload can get so stressful, and like I saw so many people have like emotional breakdowns throughout Matric, and you're gonna need a support system to just fall back on. You're gonna need somebody to hold your hand while you're crying and to just be there for you, to calm you down and to listen to you when you need to talk. So that is why it's so important to keep your friendship strong, so you just have that person there. I know I personally struggled with friendships in Matric because a lot of people kind of get this attitude of, oh, I'm never going to see you people again, so why should I even bother, you know? And I'm just like, what is the point in even being so negative like that and just like, you know, pushing everyone away? Fact is, we're still seeing each other for the next 2 months. We might as well keep this friendship that we've had for the last 5 years. I don't know why you would want to throw it away when there's only like 2 months left of high school, you know? Like I found a lot of people kind of had that attitude, and I'm just like, but why? So yeah, just try and keep your friendship strong. Also, there is no time for drama. Literally, there's no time for it, so just avoid it. Just avoid it, honey pie. Like, trust me, avoid it. Next, we're gonna talk about leadership. Now, this is something people are thinking about even from like grade 11, like, you know, the year before your final year. Don't know what you guys call it in like each country, but yeah. And a lot of people get so worked up about like becoming a prefect or just getting a position of leadership in their final year of high school, and really it's not that important. Participation is honestly more important than like having a leadership position, or at least that's what I found. I mean, I got into some like really great universities overseas, and I only had like one leadership position. I was like vice captain of the rock climbing team, and nobody really cares about that. It's not really a big leadership position or anything. I mean, there was only 2 of us in the grade, so I got the position by default. But anyway, I found like when applying for universities, like yeah, they did care about like leadership and stuff, but like the fact that I participated in a lot of stuff kind of made up for the fact that I wasn't in any leadership position. So if you're not a prefect or like a leader or anything like that, just participate in a lot, and that will make up for the fact that you're not a prefect. Also, it's important to be a good role model to like the younger kids in the school, because they really do look up to you. Think about when you were in grade 8, don't even lie, you looked up to the Matrics and the older students. I know I did. I remember like my friends and I actually remember one time when we were in grade 8 and the head girl was walking past us, and we made this big deal. We were like, oh my gosh, it's the head girl. I don't know, we were just like, it was our first day of school. Freshman days. We don't even call it freshman here. But yeah, the younger kids really do look up to you, so just be a good role model, you know? Don't bully the younger kids, because really that's just not cool and seriously not worth it. I don't know why people like to bully the younger kids. It's not cool. Just don't do it. And lastly, we're just going to talk about some general tips for surviving your final year. Firstly, you got to make sure you're staying healthy, so exercise and eat right. A lot of times when you get super stressed out in Matric, you'll find that like you're either overeating or like not eating enough, because like, you know, some people are like stress eaters, so they eat when they're stressed, and other people like they can't eat at all when they're stressed, and that's really not good for your body and also not good for your mind, guys. And you want your mind to be like 100% on points, healthy and everything for exams. So just like watch out for those things. Make sure you are staying healthy and don't like track what you eat, but you know, kind of just like make sure you are getting, you know, a balanced diet. Also, you just want to find some time to exercise, whether it's like running in the morning or doing like 5 sit-ups before bed. I don't know, just find some time to do something, because like I think there was a study about like how exercising actually can make your brain smarter or work harder, something like that. I don't know. I might be talking crap right now. I am so sorry. But yeah, just exercise, guys. This is coming from someone who exercises like once a month. You'll find time for it. Also remember, eating disorders are a serious thing, and I've seen a lot of people go through eating disorders in Matric. Some of them started because of stress and others started because of bullying. If you see one of your friends is going through an eating disorder, please talk to them or talk to somebody that they can trust and you can trust, who can help them out, because you don't want them to mess up in their last year of high school. That would be the hardest thing ever. And lastly, don't forget to have fun, be involved, and create lots of memories. I know I said that in a super excited, really preppy way, but yeah, guys, trust me, you want to create lots of memories in your Matric year, because that is the year you're gonna remember. Like, yeah, I remember parts of like my other years in high school, but I remember mostly my final year of high school. That is the year that like I just pin high school with. It is my final year. So make sure you create lots of memories and you're involved in stuff and just have a lot of fun. This is gonna be your year, guys, so make it count, make it worth it.
In terms of studying, I think something that really helped me was working out past exam papers. Because of that, I actually passed math, so that's amazing. Try it. Definitely.
You know that you have a lot of stuff going on in 1 week, then try to think about what's the most important thing and start studying that first, and then you can work on everything else after.
There are going to be times where you crash and you burn and you cry a lot, but it's not the end of the world.
Get on with it and enjoy, because this is going to be one of the best years of your life.
Go to all the events, even if they seem like tacky or like whatever, you know, just go, and like you're gonna have fun just because you're going with your friends.
Don't stress too much about one bad grade. You can still pick it up, you can still get your A or B or C, no one's judging.
Try to figure out some stress relievers. You are looking at colleges, make sure that you tour them. It's really important, I think, to know what they are like, the environment on campus, because there were some schools that I applied to that I got into, and I went and visited the school and I realized I had no interest in going to them just because I didn't like the feel of the campus.
To keep moving forward and keep persisting to do better, you got to stay positive. That is a big thing. Stay positive all the time.
Do not slack. Try not to care too much like what people think of you. Applications are very important. There's nothing wrong with going to a community college. Enjoy being at home. You're going to be okay.
It's all about balance. Do your work and also go have fun. It is very, very, very important, and I cannot stress this enough, to have a day planner and use it. Late nights studying and parties.
Criticism makes you stronger. Go to universities that will help your passion grow. You need to break out of your shell. You have got so much to learn about the real world and how it actually works. It's nothing like high school, but you got to be strong throughout the whole process, because once high school is done, everything changes. It is a completely different universe. you'll end up becoming somebody you never thought you could actually be.
If I could go back, I don't think I would do anything differently, but I do think that I would tell my younger self to be less stressed out, because I was scared of growing up. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to apply to schools. I didn't want to talk about college at all. And then it finally got here, and I actually enjoy myself so much more now. Like, college is less stressful to me than high school ever was, and so I would just tell myself to be less stressed and to take it one day at a time and to get excited for the future instead of worrying about it so much. Just remember to enjoy yourself and make the most out of your high school experience, because you're never going to get that time back.
Do good by you, do good by your morals, and do good by the world's morals. As Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Unless you're trying to skydive.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much to all the other YouTubers who helped me out with this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because it is a party every weekend on my channel. Bye guys, see you next weekend.